3, welcome to your maths video for Thursday the 11th of June. Make sure you've got your maths pack. It's a week commencing the 8th of June and you can turn to Thursday's learning. Today we're going to be doing fractions again. Okay, and we're going to be counting in fractions today. Before we start that though, let's recap what a fraction is. So yesterday we learned that a fraction is when one whole has been split into equal parts. So a fraction is a bit like a slice of something or a piece, okay, but they must be equal. So here I've got one whole pizza and it's been split into two equal parts. Okay, so my bottom number, my denominator, is going to be 2 because I've got two equal parts. Okay, and I've got two of them. So I've got 2 out of 2. And that's the same as one whole because I've got one whole pizza. So that's the same as 1. Okay? Here I've got one part of my pizza. So my numerator is 1 and it's out of 2. Okay? So that's 1/2. And we know when we split something in half, it can be split straight down the middle. Or I could do it the opposite way. And like that. So when we split it in half, we split into 2. Okay, so let's have a look then at counting in halves. Let's just recap. I've got something and I'm splitting in half. I'm splitting it into 2. Okay, I'm splitting it down the middle. So let's think about that with numbers then. So I've got 0, 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2. So this number in the middle, okay, so the middle part between two numbers is a half. So between 0 and 1, I've got 1/2. Between 1 and 2, I've got 1.5. Okay, so let's go. 0, half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 2.5, 3, 3.5. What would that one be? You tell me. And you've got pictures at the bottom to help you. So I've got 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5. Okay, so you've got activities like this on your sheet. And if you're a bit unsure about what the number might be, make sure you look at the pictures to help you. Okay, so here I've got half. They look like biscuits on this one, so I've got half a biscuit. Or maybe pennies actually, I don't know. Okay, so I've got half, I've got 1, I've got 1.5, I've got 2. So the pictures will help you, they'll match your number and your fraction. Okay, you might also be counting in quarters. Okay, so like the pictures show at the bottom, if we're splitting something in quarters, we're splitting it into 4. Okay, so I'd split it in half first. I'd go across again like that. Okay, and quarters, we're splitting it into 4 equal parts. So my denominator is going to be 4. Okay, so here I've got 0, I've got 1/4, and then I've got 2/4. Okay, let me get my pen. So I've got 2 out of 4. Okay, but we spoke about this yesterday. What is that the same as? So if I look at that picture, I've got my circle. It's split into 4. But all of that side shaded. So we know that 2/4 is the same as a half. Okay, so we need to remember that when we're counting in quarters. So let's go again. 0, 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, 1. So I've got one whole there. Okay, so let's use the picture to help us. So I know here I've got one whole, so I've got 1. And then here I've got 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4. So there I've got 1 and 1/4. Let's check if I was right. Yeah, so I've got 1 1/4. Let's go back and count again. 0, 1/4, half, 3/4, 1, 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 1 3/4, and 2. Okay, so again, make sure if you're not sure of the answer of the number, you use the pictures to help you. Okay, this time we're going to look at counting in tenths. And when you're counting in tenths, all you need to remember is that your number has been split into 10 equal parts. Okay, so I've got 0, then I've got, let me get my pen, I've got 1, and I know if I'm counting in tenths, it's been split into 10, so I've got 1 out of 10. Okay, let's check. There we go, so I've got 0, 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10, 9/10, 1. Really, really simple. So if we're counting in tenths, the number has been split into 10 equal parts. Okay, and I bet you know what this is the same as. So there's 0, there's 1, that's straight down the middle. Okay, it's halfway in between my numbers. And if you look at this fraction, if you look at the picture to help you, you can see that half of it has been shaded. So 5/10 is the same as 1/2. Okay, and we know that 5 is half of 10, so that makes sense. Okay, so there is a mild sheet for you to do, or there is a medium and a hot sheet. Okay, or you might want to try both. Remember that fractions are part of a whole. Use the pictures to help you count, and check your number line carefully first before you start filling in the numbers. So have a good look at it first to work it out, and good luck.